And welcome to the NEPIC Golf Day. We're here at the the hunting course. We're on the first tee and the first member just preparing to drive. First impressions here, very good. Really good setup for this drive. One thing I like to see is the head a little bit more behind the ball, particularly useful for the longer clubs. So the effect of this really is that the head position just makes the weight appear to be a little too much on the left side. So first recommendation here is to set the head a little bit more, head and shoulders a little bit more to the right. Feeling here is getting the head a little bit more behind the ball, but pretty good starting position. But let's get you moving. Let's see what goes on from here. There's top of the backswing, so do a good job of keeping the head still, but we can see there's a little bit of hip sway going on here. So again, if I take you to the top of the backswing, you can see how the right hip has popped out to the right a little bit. So you've got a slight look of a reverse pivot. Again, the catalyst to this is that head and weight distribution being loaded too much to the left side. So if you pop the head more to the right, as we said earlier, this can make a big difference to help you minimize the sway and reduce that tendency to reverse pivot. Just through the very nature of that, the way this condition is described, as you come into impact, you can see how the head and the weight is actually now reversing back to the right side. So as you go through the ball, still pretty rooted on the feet there, not enough weight transferring to the left hand side, and it's really showing up in the finished position because this back foot here still has not released. Just let you have one more look at that. There's the hip slide. Now you see the head reversing back. There she goes, and weight stays on the back foot. So it can cause all sorts of issues. Power loss, contact loss, but it could make a big difference. Next player, going with an iron. This is a nice starting position again. Quite a strong grip, very strong left hand, quite a strong right hand. Might want to have a look at that. Still preparing. Still preparing. Here we go. Well, just very similar to the first client there. Watch the hips again. Again, you can see head looks as if it's held its position, and the hips again have gone to the right. And watch the tendency, watch what happens as it comes into impact. Head starts to back up to the right now, and there's all the way down the right side now. Remember, the weight's supposed to be transferring to the left. Right, there's the impact position, and at best there it's 50-50. I'd probably say it's more like 60% on the right side. So a little reverse pivot. Again, it would help, just as I said with the previous client there, a little bit more weight behind the ball, head and shoulders tilted slightly more to the right to help you overcome that reverse pivot. Here again, we've got weight loaded on the left. This is very clear in this example. All the angles are good, it's just the weight distribution is loaded to the left. Here we go. Not so much hip sway here, but upper body sway. Again, if you set the head more to the right, there's less necessity to move off the ball. The rotations look pretty good. The question is how you're going to get back to the ball from here. Doesn't quite make it. You can see there's space in here, up in here. Head's not being able to recover, and yet again the weight distribution looks static, looks trapped. Again, at best it's 50-50. We've got good extension here on the hands and arms through the ball, but you can see that back foot, the right foot here, still remains rooted to the floor. There's a little bit of movement at the end there, but still not sufficient. So we need to get more active weight transfer. Improving the starting position will help you get there. Fourth member of the group. Be interested to know how you flight the ball with driver. So here, if you look at that angle there, drawn up the shaft 81 degrees, 81, so if you've got a 10-degree driver, right, you've got 81 degrees, so the shaft is leaning forward 9 degrees, you've got 1 degree of loft to play with the way you set it up. So if you flight the ball particularly low, you need to improve this. Of course, the other thing you could do is use a higher lofted driver, but I'd like to see perhaps the ball a little further forward in the stance with the shaft a little bit more perpendicular, and that would help you preserve the loft a little bit more. So it's got the look that you're setting up more like you'd want to hit a wedge shot really. Anyway, let's get you moving. Head nice and still, very limited on the hip rotation and shoulder rotation. So these hips here look very square. You're looking for 45 degrees of hip rotation here. There it is. 45 degrees. So your power could be down, and of course your ball striking could be down. So a couple of things there to think of. Hope you guys had a good day, and maybe we'll see you next year. Thank you.